Well, hello and welcome to the studio of the world famous Mermaid Lounge for another episode of Free Beer with Charlie. Charlie, you doing okay today?
Yeah, how's Big Al?
Doing good, doing good. How's everybody out there?
Yeah, we hope our community had a good week. Yours good?
Oh yeah, always good.
Yeah.
You know, we can't stress
season.
enough too that we're here to look at beers, you know, the interesting beers, the exciting, the unique beers, and our rating system, you know, is another thing that we don't talk about enough, but when we give something a high rating, it means it's good and it's unique. When we give something a lower rating, it may still be really good, it just may not be that unique.
It may fall under what we are starting to categorize as an industrial beer. It's just a typical beer.
That's kind of a new key word out there that's important, or words, phrase,
yeah,
whatever.
New phrase.
Yeah.
New category maybe.
There you go, industrial beers.
Industrial beers.
Yeah. We try to look for the craft beers. So we're looking for the little guy who's putting out smaller amounts, and you know, they can vary some, but boy.
And that's where our community comes.
Flavor. Yeah.
And that's where our community comes into effect is, you know, we look to you guys to get feedback from, and you may have something in your neighborhood that somebody's brewing that we can't even get. So
that's
we
right.
appreciate anything you can tell us.
Send us an email at hey@freebeerwithcharlie.com, and we'll get that, and we'll take any advice into consideration.
Yeah, and anything you can get us.
Might turn our whole program around, do something else. So
it's never a dull moment here at Free Beer with Charlie.
So Charlie, let's take a look at today's beer.
Let's do it. Ooh, today we got Enter Night Pilsner in collaboration with Metallica.
Metallica, this could be fun.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So this is actually being made by a company called Arrogant Consortia,
which is actually owned by Stone Brewing Company out of Escondido, California.
Yes, Steve Wagner and Greg Koch got together and started this company.
Yeah, they actually originally met back in 1989, I believe, and it was through a mutual friend, just kind of one of those. They met in passing, had kind of similar things going on, and they went their separate ways. Then several years later, at UC Davis, there was a seminar going on about the sensory evaluation of beer.
A sensory evaluation of beer? They must be like old.
No, actually sensory, you know, like sight, smell, taste, touch
of that
beer.
Makes sense.
Da, 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 da.
Woo, we're here all week, folks.
So anyway, while the seminar is going on, they're kind of looking at each other thinking, man, I know this guy from somewhere. Now, over the next 3 years, Greg and Steve continued to get together and periodically over a couple beers, and they kept coming back to the fact that this tyrannical oppression on American beer drinkers by the fizzy yellow beer makers.
Industrial beer
guys. So Big Al, what do you think of the can on this one?
You know, I love the blaring speakers and everything. It looks cool. I don't really care for devils on labels.
Well, that's not actually devil. It's actually a gargoyle. And what we'll do, we'll pull up a picture of it so our community can see it. But what I thought was cool is since 1996, Stone Brewing has used the gargoyle as their symbol. And the reason is throughout history, gargoyles have always been thought of as a way to ward off evil. So, and what I thought was cool about Stone is they've used their gargoyle to ward off all the evil spirits that are affecting beer today with, you know, bad ingredients, bad pasteurization, and just, you know, chemical overload.
Oh, cool.
Check out this and other beers at freebeerwithcharlie.com.
Well, Big Al,
it's that time, isn't it?
It's that time.
Our producer's favorite part of the show.
He loves it when we get to drink beer in front of him.
That's right. It's awesome.
I can't wait to try this one.
Let's do it.
Now, do we know the alcohol by volume on this one?
You know, this one's 5.7.
Ooh, I gotta.
And it's Sezzy.
And it's.
I gotta tell you, it's Sezzy.
I must have not tapped it enough or too much. Oh, and the other thing we gotta tell our free beer community is that these are a true pint.
That's right.
These are a true pint. They're not any of that 12 ounce stuff.
That doesn't mean Charlie's not going to still pour himself more.
I actually think I poured you more.
Oh, this almost never happens.
This never happens.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's the dawn of a new day.
This is my first official overpouring of beer for Big Al.
What do we got here, Charlie? Oh, that's slightly sweet.
Yeah, it is slightly sweet.
Nothing really in common there. It's good smell.
Yeah.
Pleasant.
I'd say that's a typical one on sweetness.
Yeah.
I can't wait to try this one.
All right, let's do it. That's very good.
Yeah, that's a good beer.
Good drinkable beer.
Yeah, very drinkable.
Kind of a typical, probably a 1 on sweetness too there, flavor-wise.
Yeah, it's got a little sweetness to it. Nothing, like I said, very typical.
We got no skunk. We got no bitterness really. It's very drinkable.
Yeah, it's a good clean beer. It's not.
Yeah.
It's got flavor. It's not a typical what we'd consider a light beer. I mean,
yeah.
It's definitely got better flavor to it, but it's not a. I don't get a big wow out of it.
No, it's not got a wow factor. It's very drinkable, very good beer.
Very good beer. What do you think overall?
Maybe just a 3.
Yeah,
just kind of a normal, great drinking beer.
Yeah. We can't reiterate enough to our free beer community that we're looking for the different, the thing that stands out that kind of gives you a wow. And just because we have this 3, it's good beer.
Oh, it's good beer. We could drink. I could drink this quite a bit.
Yeah, we could drink this quite a bit. This is not bad. Very drinkable. The drinkability is high, but it's just not.
But I like it when craft beer companies go use the art form of creating beer. And it's not just I've got it down to a science and we make 1 billion gallons a day.
And that's one of the cool things about looking into some of this. One of the things I thought was neat was Greg. He saw a quote on a magazine that said, Metallica never tried to be number 1. They never tried for a number 1 song, a number 1 album, a number 1 anything. But the number 1 came to them.
Sure did. Yeah.
And when Greg read that, he said, that so coincides with our philosophy for our brewing because
just do what you do what you love.
And and that's what it all comes down to. That's I think why we love the craft brewing so much is because it's an art form.
Well, it's interesting.
It's interesting. You can take the same ingredients but get a different flavor out of it. And nothing, we're not trying to say anything against the industrial beer guys, but and we all love them. They have some beers that we all drink, and it's great. It's a comfort knowing I can go to California or I can go to North Carolina or I can go to Europe, and if I want an industrial beer, it's going to be the same thing. But the fun in this is that you've got 2 entities that were the best at what they did. We've got the best music, we've got the best brewing, and they came together. Very good beer.
Yeah.
I mean, and just from our standpoint, it's just not. It's not a uniquely different.
But the nice thing about craft beers is kind of like this show. You never really know what you're gonna get.
Exactly.
You got to crack it open, try it out, and you all need to try this. This is definitely a drinkable, good beer.
Yes, it's definitely all of our free beer community out there needs to get a hold of this. It is a good beer, and what do you say, Big Al? We got Metallica, we got beer. Here's to God, guns, and rock and roll.
Amen.
That's good.
Don't forget, I'm Big Al.
I'm Charlie.
Till next time. Charlie, let's Metallica, that could be fun.
Yeah.
So actually, this is made by a company called something I can't remember. Are we on? Oh, we're on. Cool.
Oh, we're already on. I was going to ask for wardrobe. How many times do you think it takes me to say fizzy yellow beer makers?
Say it 3 times fast and we'll have it.
Fizzy yellow beer makers, fizzy yellow beer makers, fizzy yellow beer makers.
Perfect.